Hello good people, welcome to Smart Learning Point. In today's lesson we're going to be looking at the SAT Digital Test 1, Module 1 and number 18. Follow along with me as we do this together. Okay, so we're given this graph question. We are to determine the equation that represents the graph. Okay, so if we're going to solve this question, the first thing we're going to do is to pick out 2 points on the line. Okay, the first point I'm going to pick out now is this point here. And the second point I'm going to pick is this point here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to read out the coordinate of x and y in this point that I've picked. Okay, for the top point that I pick, you can see here this place is this 40 is the y-axis, and the x in that place, the x is 0. So what you write is you write 0, 40. That's the first point that I pick, 0. So because the x there is 0, the position of x is 0, but the position of y is 40. Now when you come to the second point, which is here that we pick, the position of the x there is 60, and the position of the y there is 0 because it's at the 0 point. So 60, 0. Okay, very good. You've gotten the point. That's the starting point. The second thing you're going to do, you will need to find the slope. Okay, so let's find the slope. The formula for slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, good. So let's try to identify the s1, s2, y1, y2. Okay, the 0 is s1, while the 40 is y1. The 60 is s2, while the 0 is y2. Okay, good job. So let's start our inserting all these values into the slope formula. y2 is 0, so we have 0 minus y1 is 40, so we have 40 divided by s2 is 60, so we have 60 minus s1 is 0, so we have this 0. And so this equals to 0 minus 40, that's minus 40, divided by 60 minus 0, that's 60. Okay, so 0 can cut out 0. Okay, and 2 can go in 4, and 2 can go in 6 to give 3. And so our final answer for this slope is minus 2 over 3. Okay, well done. You're doing a great job. So we have actually gotten the slope down to be minus 2 over 3. So the next thing we're going to do is to determine the y-intercept. So, and if we're going to find the y-intercept, what we need to do, we will use the slope and we will take one of the 2 points. Either we take 0, 40 or we take 60, 0. Okay, so let's see this. Okay, so we got the slope to be minus 2 over 3. Okay, so we're going to make use of one of the points. Either we use 0, 40 or 60, 0. So I'm going with the first one, which is 0, 40. Okay, so we're going to use this slope and this point to actually determine the y-intercept. Okay, so the 0 here will represent that to be the x coordinate, and the y will be the 40, which is the y coordinate. Okay, so to find our y-intercept, you need to write down the equation of line formula, which is y equals mx plus b. So what we need to do now is to substitute this y here to this position. Then our slope is the m, we substitute the m here, and then the 0, which is our s, we substitute it here. We use these ones to actually get the b, which is the y-intercept. So let's go. 40, that's the y, equals to, our m is minus 2 over 3. So the x, we're going to put that in bracket 0 plus b. Okay, so anything multiplied by 0 will give 0. So it means minus 2 over 3 bracket 0 is going to give us 0. So we have 40 equals to 0 plus b. And 40 equals b. So b is 40. Yeah, that's fantastic. You're doing a great job. So we have gotten the y-intercept to be 40. Our slope that we got earlier is minus 2 over 3. So let's work with these two values now to actually get our equation. So to get the equation of line, we're going to make use of the slope and the intercept that we just gotten. Okay, so let's see how to do this. Okay, so let's write down the gradient, which is our slope. Our m, the slope, is minus 2 over 3. And then our y-intercept is 40. So we're going to substitute these two guys into the equation of line formula. And that is y equals mx plus b. So anywhere we see m, we are going to put minus 2 over 3 there. Anywhere we see b, we're going to put 40 there. And so our equation will become y equals minus 2 over 3x plus 40. Okay, so we have gotten somewhere. We are making progress. Okay, so if you look at the option, we don't have anything like that. It means we have to go further. So the next thing we need to do, if you look at this equation, we only have a single fraction here, which is minus 2 over 3. So what we do is we are going to get the denominator of that fraction. So since we have a single fraction, we get the denominator. That denominator, we're going to use it as the LCM, lowest common multiple. We're going to use it to multiply through. Why are we doing this? We want to avoid anything fraction. We want to cancel out that denominator, which is a 3. That's the reason why we are multiplying through by 3. In some scenarios, you could have two fractions. So if you have two fractions, all you need to do, get the denominator of those two fractions and then determine the LCM of those two denominators. And when you're done doing that, then you multiply through by that denominator. Okay, in this scenario here, our LCM is 3. So you're going to say multiply through by 3. And so you're going to have 3 times y equals to 3 times minus 2 over 3x plus 3 times 40. And so this will give us 3y equals to, so 3, we cancel 3. That has been our main target, to cancel out the denominator. Okay, so minus 2x will be left there, then plus 3 times 40, that is 120. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, we want to move this negative 2x to the left hand side so that we have 3y plus 2x equals 120. Okay, we could rewrite this 3y plus 2x as 2x. Since they are both on the left hand side, we're not changing them to the right. 2x plus 3y equals 120. Okay, if you now look at the options, we do not have anything that looks like it, but we are very close to the answer. So let's see. Okay, so I want you to look at the options carefully. If you look at the options carefully, you will notice that we have some of the options there that they multiply this equation by something. If you look carefully, like this option B here and option D, they multiply the 120 by 4. You see the idea? Okay, so let's look at it. If we multiply through by 4, that means we have 4 times 2x, and then we do the same thing to y. We're multiplying through by 4, 4 times 3y. We do the same thing to this, 4 times 120. Okay, so this will give us 8x plus this will give us 12y equals to 480. Now you can see that we have arrived at the last answer. So, and our answer, according to what we have here, is the option B. Okay, you've gotten it. So B is our answer. Well done, you've done a fantastic job.